Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. We've got some massive things happening here as Coach Prime Deion Sanders is set to make a emergency medical announcement. And look, I mean, this could be a monumental moment for college football. And I was like, we gotta watch this together. We gotta watch this thing unfold. I really hope it's nothing serious. There's been some videos surfacing of him talking about, like, I've got to get a will ready. He's been out over the last couple of weeks dealing with some medical issues. We heard about it, but then he was at Big 12 Media. I mean, looked fine, right? All things considered. But I don't know. I don't know. It's very interesting. I really don't think he steps away. I could be completely off basis. The reason why, look, there's a lot of reports being slung out now as we ramp up into this. Like, there is some accounts, and it's hard to know what's real anymore, to be quite honest with you. There's accounts saying that, you know, he's planning on retiring. You've got Buffs accounts that I've seen kind of responding underneath those that are reputable in the Buff society saying, like, no way. The reason why I don't believe that he's leaving is just because I feel like if he was, we would have seen some movement already. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where my head's at. Conway saying he's pulling an Urban. A lot of people are saying, like, hey, we saw this coming once his son's left. Which, again, it's kind of a catch-22 because I understand, like, people thought, like, he wasn't going to stick with it and that he's playing this, like, health card. I don't believe that's the case. We know that he's battled with health injuries, I mean, mainly with his foot. But he's had injuries throughout this entire time. So where we're at, I don't know. I really hope, again, nothing happens. I'm not spreading any misinformation. I'm spreading what I'm seeing. I haven't really honestly said anything, to be quite honest with you. I haven't spread any information because I don't know what's happening. All I know is what we see. There is a video of him saying, hey, I have to set up a will, which that is a fact. That was him saying that, unless it was AI and I got duped. But there's been multiple articles on that. And then there has been other accounts. Again, I don't know how much credibility these accounts have, but I genuinely think that he's fine. I'm 95% sure that he's probably fine. Wants to kind of make a massive statement of, like, hey, like, I was going through some serious things. Here's what was happening, but we're good to go. We're making these adjustments. Everything will be fine. So it will be interesting to see once they go live. Looks like Colorado football will be going live on Buffs TV. It should be going live here any minute, and once they do, we'll jump over to that. We'll watch it, and we'll see how it all shakes up. But and they're live, so here we go. Oh, well, the presser is up, so we'll pull this up here. We'll get that there. Yeah, kind of crazy to say I was misspreading information. Oh, he's got the overalls. He's good. He's good. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He looks fine. There's no audio yet. Once they probably have everything muted. Oh, he's got doctors with him and everything. There we go.
Did I say it right? Yes. And Lauren with a long last name.
Here we go.
I appreciate you all coming today. Thank God that we're here today. We're going to get started with sort of like a
Really low.
timeline on what's all has been transpiring. I know you probably thinking something's going to happen today that ain't going to happen. I don't know where you get the news from. But we're going to kind of break it down to you like we did our team. And it was so wonderful seeing the team yesterday. My God, it was so darn wonderful. Bucky compiled a wonderful video to let them know every step of the way so we wouldn't have to explain every detail.
The audio issue is on their side, guys.
I wish we could show you all that same video. It was extraordinary. I think Bucky's going to put it on his YouTube channel soon after this. But let's get started. Let's kind of give them, let's walk them through. Can we do that? Is that okay with you all? That we walk you through? Let's go, Law.
Okay, so as you guys know, Coach has his other health issues, his vascular stuff. So every year, Coach goes for a CT scan of his vascular pattern to make sure, you know, the blood clots are away. So with this scan, everything turned out really great from the vascular side. About 2 weeks later, we get a text from his primary care doctor that said, I need to talk to you and coach. We need to refer you guys to a urologist. So about 3 days later, we go see a urologist. They go in for a quick procedure. The urologist told us, hey, within 10 minutes, I can tell you guys if he's gonna need another procedure or if we just need to do these follow-up appointments. And the doctor told us, okay, you guys are going to need another procedure. I'm going to refer you to my colleague, Dr. Kurkasia. But at this point, you have a bladder tumor. And from there, we'll go get it removed. And then Dr. Kurkasia, it was, go ahead.
Yeah, so we proceeded with removal of the bladder tumor. It showed a very aggressive,
Let's go backwards, because you guys gave me options that scared me to death.
Oh, well, once we knew.
We'll get there.
I'll
get there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We removed the tumor. It was very high grade, invading through the bladder wall, not into the muscle layer, something we call very high risk, non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. So we did discuss options. We discussed some options of treatment in the bladder, and we discussed bladder removal as well. Given his commitments to his family and to the team, elected to undergo a bladder removal. We performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder. And I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
Wow.
You can clap, it's okay.
That's massive.
Rick was aware of what was transpiring, and he's been A1 and down there, just a blessing. Came to Texas to see me as well. But this was not an easy task because it was a changing kind of a lifestyle. And with Lauren and I coming from Jackson, this is how many surgeries?
From 2021, this is surgery number 14.
Surgery number 14. I had more surgeries out of the game than I did in the game. Like, what is going on? So, but they were so wonderful. You were such a blessing, guiding me to, taking me through, verbalizing every darn detail so that I could make an educated decision, which some didn't want me to go that way. They wanted me to go the other way. But I trusted and believed in you 100%. And the process wasn't easy. Just like it was some scenes that you saw, all the bull junk that transpired on draft day. It wasn't just that. It was just I knew as well I had a surgery coming up. My sons to this day don't know what transpired. I just told them something with my foot, again, because I wanted them to focus on making the team and not focused on dad. So they really don't know. My daughters do, and this joker right here, much love to my son, Junior, who have not left my side since we found out what was taking place. Not one day. He's been with me here, been with me in Texas, been with me everywhere, every day, and I've seen his handsome face. And I love you to life, son, and I thank you for everything you bring to the table. But this wasn't easy. Men, everybody, get checked out. Because if it wasn't for me getting tested for something else, they wouldn't have stumbled up on this. And make sure you go to get the right care, because without wonderful people like this, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today, because it grew so expeditiously, I could say. But please get yourself checked out, especially African-American men. We don't like going to the doctors. We don't like nothing to do with the doctor. You know that. So I'm not just talking to the brothers. I'm talking to my Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic brothers, my Asian brothers, my everybody, and my sisters. And that's all, y'all. Get checked out, because it could have been a whole another gathering if I had. I'm thankful. It's been a tremendous journey. It's been tough. I think I dropped 25 pounds. I was like
you look skinny.
Falcon Prime at one point, you know, and just dealing with the catheter, dealing with all the stuff that I had to deal with. And right now I'm still dealing with going to the bathroom. Like, it's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm gonna be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different. And she not only is a blessing, but she provided other persons that have gone through what I've gone through so that I could talk to them and get some solace and understand like what I'm facing, not just from a doctor, but from another individual. And to have that been told, like, it's a totally different life. I mean, thank God. I depend on depend. You know, if you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. Like, I cannot control my bladder.
Damn.
So I get up and go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night. But then I'm sitting up there, waking up, you know, like my grandson. We the same thing. We got the same problem right now. We're going through the same trials and tribulations. We're trying to see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like, it is real, it is real, it is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real, okay? I'm just telling you right now, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the practice, you're gonna see one, because it is unbelievable. Like, dozing off and waking up, first thing I'm grabbing my crouch to see if I peed on myself. And it's just totally different. And I know it's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. And let's deal with it head on. And it's so many other companies out there that do a wonderful job. But I'm thankful that we have a relationship with Pitt, and we're making some other products, trying to make other products to help all of us through. But it's been tremendous. These two, Lauren came down to Texas and was there with me during the whole way, walking our miles in the morning, because God made sure you better walk, you better be active. And we did it until there was some points that I couldn't even get out of bed for a week at a time, you know, but she was there. I remember yelling 2 o'clock, you know, because I had 2 bags, right? One was what?
Both were urine, but one was, it was filled quickly, very quickly.
Yeah, like blood, you know, it just looked bad, you know, and I'm fishing with 2 bags, you know, I'm trying to make life happen, and couldn't come around my team, and I wanted to be here with my team. I wanted to see the new talent that we brought in. I wanted to see them work, see them train, coach them, and I couldn't, but slowly but surely I built myself back up to where I'm able, I'm strong, I'm ready. I'm still probably about 12 pounds down. I'm gonna get that right. I'm gonna fill these overalls up like no other. But it has been a tremendous journey, and I'm truly thankful that God is so good. God is so good. You have no idea. You have no idea how good God has been to me. For me to be here. You have no idea. Thank you. Thank you both. Let me add this for you people that get upset when I start talking about the Lord. I never once through this whole journey said, God, why me? Because I would have to say, God, why me you sitting up here in front of these wonderful people? Why you give me the position of the head football coach of the prestigious university? Why you allow me to father 5 wonderful kids? Why you give me these relationships with these wonderful people? Why me, Lord? Did I have some of the things that I have? I can never say that. I can never say the other side because I'm going to have to ask that. I said, Lord, whatever it is that you're doing, let me know what it is so I could expedite the process. Because I know you got me. I've seen you have my back. I've seen you there in the midst of storms when nobody knew I was going through hell. I've seen you guide me and bring me through. Lord, I would never say why me, but let me know what I need to do so that I can help. And there's some people out there right now dealing with the same issue, affected by that C word, that we usually, when we hear that word, is normally a life sentence attached to it. But not this time. But not this time. Because God got me. And I don't take it for granted. I don't want you to take it for granted. Anybody out there, I don't want anybody to take it for granted because it's real. Everybody in this room, I guarantee you, have been affected by that C word somewhere in your life. Some parent, some friend, some loved one, somebody has been affected or infected. Some people have beat it. We have a player have beat it on our team, right? Family members have beat it. And I'll be darned, I think I will have a wonderful team, ain't it, Doc? We gonna beat it, ain't we?
It's beaten.
It's beaten. Amen. Constance, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I thank you, Sam. Everybody in my corner on my team. I thank you for this wonderful university, for backing me, just giving me time to heal and to come back, better than ever. Now, questions. Let's go.
Coach, wonderful to see you.
Wonderful to see you too, Robert.
Congratulations on the
I
great
see
news.
you've been cheating on us with the Broncos.
Well, but not today. I left
I
them.
appreciate it.
Always.
I've got a lot to
question
say.
for you, and also a question for Doc. For Doc, just curious, moving forward, what does this look like? Does anything change in regard to his day-to-day? And then, Coach, as you look through, you're talking about you never said
One
why
at a
me.
time, right?
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
All right.
Yeah, day to day, I think will, for most patients, becomes just a new way of life. But outlook, very good. We'll just keep them on routine surveillance scans. Other than that, nothing else.
And help me with this pee problem.
Coach,
Yeah, you guys think of a plan. Yeah, I'm too old for this.
as you look back and you said you never asked why me, you've always been this
Right.
very positive person. When you look at the challenges outside of the physical challenges, kind of mentally, emotionally, what has been the biggest challenge for you in this process?
Getting people to understand that it ain't about me. It's about y'all. Everything I deal with is like a tool to reach more, to affect more, to challenge more, to love more, to give more. That's what this is about. This ain't about me. Because for me to go through this, the devil had to ask God, have you considered my servant prayer? There's Bible if you don't know. Go ahead and try it. I know he gonna praise me. I know he gonna magnify me. I know he gonna glorify me. And that's what has transpired. So I don't mind going through the afflictions I go through because I know the result. And we helping some folks today. There's some folks right now calling the doctors, scheduling checkups. There's some wives out there say, baby, I told you. It's some whosoever wills that ain't been to see a doctor in years, but they gonna go get a checkup. Because if it could happen to Prime, baby, it could happen to you. That's what they're saying. They may not have the speed. They may not have the ability to maneuver, but they got that will to make it. That's why. Miss you, girl.
Hey, Coach, over here, sorry. Pat Graham, Associated Press. Two-parter. I'll just ask the first one first. And that's, you had a very powerful video yesterday your son put out about, planning for a will and how emotional that was. Can you, going back to that moment and to this point and being here in this announcement, could you have imagined this point and what was that journey like? And hearing the words, hey, this is cured, what did that mean to you?
Well, first things first. You don't want to be a fool and leave and not have your business affairs in order. So, matter of fact, Lauren was there as well as my attorneys. And the funny thing is about that, you sitting up there ranking your kids again. Let me see. Shiloh deserves how much? Bossy, she left Colorado to go elsewhere. Let me see. Like you really going through this stuff. Making sure your mama's straight. Yeah, I'm serious. You rank your kids too. I'm not the only one. So you had to deal with that and going through that. So you're straight. But the second part of that question was.
Basically, just reflecting back on from that point to this point, and how, I guess, the range of emotions you experienced when you were
I'm always
cured.
positive, man. I would get upset when my body don't allow me to do the things that I want to do, and can attest to that. I mean, you got to understand, I'm out in the morning at 7 a.m. Lauren, let's go, baby. Let's hit this walk. Let's get this walk. And I got 2 bags full of blood and urine with me walking. I'm like, let's go, because you know what? Doc told me I got to walk, right?
Yep.
And I walked with 1.3, right? At least 1.3 a day.
At least 1.3.
Yeah, so until the times that I couldn't. So I've never looked down. I'm always looking up, and I'm always trying to go get it, because I want to be the best prime I could be for everybody,
And then my second part was, sorry about related to football, but you have a great coaching staff. How much have you relied on them, and how much will you rely on them this season, maybe to help out?
I don't have to rely on them. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I don't rely on them no more. I'm going to be with them. You know, the Bible says, remember the rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Okay, so we're going to comfort one another. And I love them. We have a wonderful staff, and thank God that they're good enough that I don't have to babysit. I don't have to be there every minute too. And I know they got that. It ain't like I told them anything. I think they found out yesterday, like the team found out. They didn't know. And first of all, conscious, let me thank God for our team, Sam, our team that didn't disclose this. You have a couple of leaks, you know. But we were pretty good that we didn't disclose this to anyone, because you guys definitely would have told it. So I'm thankful for that as well.
Very
Yes,
impressed
sir.
it wasn't leaked.
Thank God, baby. I love you to life. Every time we go to the hospital, I hate going to the hospital, but every time we go, you're a true blessing for us, and thank you so much. I have you up on this area to plug in my phone. You connected to everybody. Next question.
Rylan Scholes from Ralph Report. You spoke about this at the beginning of the presser, but what kind of support have you felt from the guys on your team, both the football team and medical?
Football team didn't know. So Lauren and a few people, but our medical team, I know I keep saying it, but she is a gift from God. She really is. You have no idea the sacrifices she made to make sure I was comfortable. She does it for other patients as well, but she is a tremendous blessing, her and her family. So I'm truly thankful that you could tell when you have a doctor that care, and they're invested in it. You know, they're invested in making sure you okay to details, and all the persons that I was connected to understand what I'm up against.
Adam Winsor, Tiger 24/7 Sports.
How you doing, Adam?
Doing well. Lauren, I actually wanted to ask you a question. You've been with Coach Prime through his foot issues as well. What's it been like just being by his side and seeing the resiliency that he's had over the years?
Pretty amazing. He's never folded, not one time. Even when he was making a decision on what treatment route to go on, everything was for, no question, it was for his sons and for the football team. He knew his 2 things in life.
Don't forget my daughters, man. I got 2 girls.
Sorry, yeah, all kids, I
They're
guess.
going to be mad. Yeah,
All 5 of them. But he's never folded nor waved, not one time. Everything is, you couldn't ask for sometimes a better patient, because he wants to get up and get going right away. So it's been awesome. It's been awesome. It's been a hectic journey. It's been a lot, but there's a blessing, right, in disguise with all this. So.
Hey, Coach. So glad you're doing well.
What's going on, boss?
What's going on? Doc was kind of sharing the details there of when you were kind of presented with a big decision when you found out about the cancer. Can you kind of just take us into that and why you went down the path you did?
Well, Doc, can you explain what went along with the different decisions?
Sure. Yeah. So the type of cancer he has a very high recurrence rate, and there can be progression as well. So the options for that type of cancer is to treat it within the bladder, which would be a long series of treatments, 3 years coming down to my office, getting the treatments in the bladder, with still a 50% chance of recurrence. And so that was, when we talked, his values did not align with that. His values aligned with being there for his family and for the team, and wanted to move forward with the curative option, which was the bladder removal.
Coach, you admitted it was scary.
Can we get confirmation that he's staying?
When did you realize you were going to be able to coach again?
Oh, there we go.
And is that the plan to coach?
There we
I
go.
always knew I was going to coach again.
Okay.
I didn't realize I was going to coach again. I was always going to coach. It was never in my spirit, in my heart, that God wouldn't allow me to coach again. That's never thought like that. you know, it's just that I didn't want to be running down to the hospital once a week when I got all this on my plate. I didn't want that, and I was even like, okay, can they bring one of the machines and put them in the office? You know, I'm serious, like dead serious. Like, can they,
We had a lot of conversations.
give it a lot of
about it,
conversations.
Yeah.
And Doc would look at me like, he is crazy.
No.
Yes, you are. I saw it in your eyes. He is crazy. Is he like this when he coached? Yeah, but we worked it out. We worked it out.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, the Daily Camera. I have two questions for you. First off, I mean, this whole offseason seems like it's been quite an emotional journey for you between becoming a grandfather and seeing your sons go to the NFL and all this. What's this offseason been like for you, just that emotional?
It's been wonderful. It's been a blessing. A lot of blessings comes with the luggage of tribulation and trials. But if you built for the trials, you enjoy the journey. See, most people are result type oriented people. Like they just want the money, they want the goal, they want the dream. I love the process. I love the journey. I'm attracted to it. I'm dedicated to it. I love it. I eat and sleep and drink it. I love the journey. So understanding the journey that I've been on each year has been tremendous. And we're only in the beginning of it. And we already got one win stacked up. So I'm happy.
So along with that, that leads into my follow-up is that yesterday you had the team meeting. You enjoyed that journey as well. How good was it for you to get back in front of your team and
wonderful.
Just be where you'd like to be?
Oh my God, wonderful. I mean, I'm sitting up there seeing new faces. I'm seeing new body types. Swayze has done our head strength and conditioning, done a wonderful job. Some of the players, I know it, I ain't recognize them. Like, good Lord, Lou, I've been working. You know, they've been calling, DMing me, texting me. They've been staying in contact, but it's another thing to see them and just to see their faces when I'm up there speaking to them, as well as this morning, because they got a lot of things to do academically and wholeheartedly this morning that they're doing. But it was wonderful just to be back and see the new field. Wonderful just to be back and see the new field. The new turf is unbelievable. Thank you, Rick. I mean, the new turf, you guys don't understand. Like, I don't know if any of you have yards, like at your cribs, but it's something about, I don't know if it's the mist or the dew, but it gets a little slippery in the afternoons, early morning. That's what the field does. So we have a wonderful AD that wanted to eliminate that so that we could make sure we have every possibility of getting to the playoffs and having a suitable field. So that was behind the thought process.
Hey, Coach, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Back. Maybe more for your doctors rather than you, but what is the process of a bladder, I guess, removal, and like, what did you go through during that whole process, Coach, of, you know, having your bladder taken out in a prosthetic?
For the doctors first.
Yeah, so thanks for the question. At the University of Colorado, UC Health, we usually do the procedure robotically. So it's a laparoscopic surgery where we attach a robot to the patient and then we do all the maneuvering of the robot. And then once the bladder comes out, we also take some lymph nodes, make sure it hasn't spread, and it didn't. And then we make a new bladder for people. We use their own intestines, so they don't have to take immunosuppression, but it is a new way of life, and it is a learning curve for sure.
And you got to understand when all that is going on, you finally wake up and you try to move. It feels like everything inside of you. I think we have clips of this stuff. We got receipts to everything, but it was dynamic. It was tough. It wasn't a cakewalk. It wasn't easy. Even using the bathroom thereafter was a challenge because they wouldn't let me leave until I used the bathroom. So thank God we got that through. Yeah, that was a fight. That was a fight. It was a fight. But we made it. We made it.
It was a fight.
That was loud.
Hey, Coach, Leo Rivera with Scope Up Sports.
How you doing?
There's been a lot of support from your fan base throughout this time, and the questions. Do you have a message to them and the people who outside your extended family who have been supporting you?
All right. Most importantly,
I appreciate them.
I want to talk.
I don't take them for granted.
About. I mean, he's staying. So that was the big key thing. We found out what was going on. I think what's important to note here, what I really want to talk about, he's not retiring. So everyone who's just hopping in, he's not retiring. He has no plans to go anywhere, which is just a testament again to kind of who he is. Look, I've always been a huge fan of Coach Prime. In a way, I feel like we are similar with our personalities. Very loud, can make people feel uncomfortable at times because of how we navigate. So I personally, uh, you know, gravitate towards that type of personality because I understand it. I get where that organic hate comes from. And in a sense, we bring it upon ourselves naturally. So I also get that part of it too. But what was really cool when he alluded to this and he talked about it and kind of like sometimes we ask questions like, hey, why does God do these things? And when you it's gotta say it kind of in a weird way, in the right way, but and he said this, right? Like it's in a weird way, it's he's a vessel and he's so powerful behind a microphone. He draws so many eyeballs. And when somebody like that gets a cancer, prostate cancer, that is it's a major thing, especially amongst men. And men we don't talk about it. We don't, you know, we don't be about it. We don't check on it because we're stubborn, like he said. And so for someone like that carries themselves a certain way, that's very loud and very proud and has this aura about him, to get something like that and to be completely vulnerable in front of millions of people because everyone's tuning in is massive. And that's kind of where like that, you always hear that saying like God works in mysterious ways of like, yeah, that's why, you know, it's unfortunate that it had to happen at all. But if it were to happen, you know, in a weird way, it's great that it happened to somebody that has a stand and has the ability to be able to talk about it and to not make people feel embarrassed by it or guilty about it or ashamed of it. If you not guess they're guilty, but ashamed of it. Like, hey, I got to depend on the pins. That's a hell of a punchline. Go get him an NIL deal. Line it up, right? Go get yourself checked out. He's 100% right. I guarantee you there is multiple men that were listening to this that I probably felt kind of weird. Like, I probably should go get this checked out. And that's where what was really powerful to me. I thought that was amazing. And, you know, in this world, like obviously Coach Prime gets a lot of flack. I've seen it the entire time that he's been there, and people want to kind of throw hate and that he's gonna step away. We saw it all this past few days. He's gonna pull the Urban Meyer card and flake out because of his kids are gone and all that stuff. And it's kind of cool because I think a lot of people watching today had a change of opinion of like, okay, like when you put away the sunglasses and kind of the personality that can be a little brash, that is what it is. He's actually a good dude, means well. He's just a dad and just someone trying to figure out like the rest of us. And again, it's one of those things that it's a situation that brings us all closer together. It kind of brings down all of our barriers. It's unfortunate, but it's like I always think back to 9/11. Like something tragic has to happen for us to go, hey, whoa. We're all people. Why are we attacking each other? Why are we at each other's throats? It's unfortunate that it has to be that way. But turmoil, for some reason, allows for us to see things in a different light. So I love that he was very open about it and spoke about it. It's very powerful. I've known my family members that have had prostate. And again, like I think about it as I get older too. My knees are hurting, my arms are hurting. It's like, man, like when you're younger, you genuinely feel like you are invincible. Like it's gross how invincible we feel. I don't know how women feel, but as dudes, we feel like we literally can't be stopped. It's not healthy. It's good. It's what allows us to get to certain points, but by golly, it's scary when you think about it, you know, because when you start putting other people in your lives and you have kids and you realize like, it's not about me anymore. It's about the people that are reliant on you. And then you kind of like, I got to make sure I take care of this thing. I can't be just flying 90 down the highway on a scooter. Like or on an electric skateboard. That's just dumb. If I fly off this thing, like what are we doing? And so again, somebody like that, Coach Prime, who his whole life's been documented. This guy's been flying 100 miles an hour. Can't touch me, baby. I'm Coach Prime. Look good, feel good, play good. That's a motto. You know what I mean? And so, you look, he's true. And then you get hit with the naturals, things you can't beat, and it humbles you up a little bit, and it humbles all of us up a little bit. So shout out to Coach Prime. I'm pumped. I'm glad that he's back. I was stressing a little bit. I didn't think that it would be. And kudos to the team, like he said, for this thing not getting out at all. We knew there was medical issues. We didn't know. Cancer didn't even cross my mind because I know it was foot issue, and I know there was like blood clots and like that's what I thought it was relative to, but it wasn't obviously at all. It was much more serious than that. Like he's like joking about having to pee and poop 5 times a day. Like I can imagine like how like these guys got a lot to do and to think about that, man. That's nuts. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Some of us aren't up to his age yet, right? We're not that old, but still, it's something to think about. It's something to think about. Mama, how you guys doing? Good to see y'all. Mr. Nobody, great way toward that. You're gonna make me like you again. Yeah, that's all right. That's all. You don't have to like me again. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Glad he's good. Glad they got it removed. Something obviously they'll have to maintain and check. But it's and I've talked about it with Napier. I've talked about it with myself on this show. We've all grown. Like, I think that's what gets always misconstrued too. These coaches come in and we hold it as we should. They're held to a standard. As a head coach, you come in with expectations. But in all reality, like they're learning how to do this job just as anybody would be, right? They've got to understand these things. And he's going into his 3rd year. And I mean, you want to talk about hurdle and curveballs and all kinds of things being thrown at him. It's going to be nuts, right? And he's learning to kind of grow with all these ebbs and flows. Yeah, porta potties on the sideline, another phenomenal NIL opportunity. I mean, we're talking about brand deals headed into next season. They're going to be knocking on the door. Like, what porta potty is going to be on the sideline? Like, I guarantee you Coach Prime is thinking about those kind of things because those are important things to think about. Like, I'm being dead serious when I talk about that. Like, hey, let's capitalize on where we're at. Like, embrace it. It's like I don't know who it is, but one of like the Army guys when they embrace the suck. It's like, your feet bleeding? Good. You got a sweat in your crack? Good. You got to pee 4 or 5 times a day? Good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to get porta potties on the sideline because I can't hold my bladder for 5 minutes? Good. Like, you embrace it, and it makes everything a little bit better. But good stuff, man. I'm glad y'all tuned in. It was definitely the biggest storyline of the offseason thus far, I would say. It had the potential to be the way that it was headed. But again, the fact that he went to media day and kind of how he handled that entire situation, I didn't feel like he was going anywhere. But we live in a world that there's no accountability for spreading false news, which there were a ton of sites that are verified sites on Twitter. And it's hard. Again, I say verified lightly, right? Because it doesn't take much to get verified on Twitter anymore, claiming that he would be getting retired, which it sucks. It's a lot of shitty news to be spreading. But with the Aflac policy, yeah, Aflac's another great one. But good stuff. Glad y'all all tuned in. We'll have our show tonight at 8:05 with Stephen Harris. We'll talk about Ace Turner returning. He was at the barbecue this weekend. A lot of great stuff, but y'all be good. I'll see y'all boys later on in the next one. Later on.